This is part 3 of the series asking if the traditional movement is dead. In part 1, I shared the results of a 2025 survey about attendance at the Traditional Latin Mass, the TLM. In part 2, I began to explore the goals of the Reformers during and after Vatican Council II. I suggested that their overarching goal was a complete transformation of the Catholic Church into something she had never been before. In that episode, I also began to lay out the 3 strategies that the Reformers used to achieve this goal. The first was a new type of ecumenism in which the Church accommodated herself to non-Catholics rather than attempting to convert them. If you missed these episodes, there are links to them in the description. In this episode, I'll explore the second strategy, overhauling the Church's worship and sacramental life. Now, as with the strategy of developing a new type of ecumenism, this second strategy was carried out in both conciliar documents and in the implementation of those documents after the Council. We'll look at the Mass first. The only document that was prepared for the Council beforehand and not discarded at the beginning of the Council was the document on the liturgy, which had been prepared by a commission of which the Reverend Annibale Bugnini was the secretary. That is, Father Bugnini was the person who largely controlled the work of this commission. Bugnini had been appointed as secretary of the Commission for Liturgical Reform in 1948 by Pope Pius XII. He became a central organizer of the reform efforts, especially the Holy Week revisions between 1951 and 1955. And as I just mentioned, he was also secretary of the commission that prepared the document on the liturgy for Vatican Council II, Sacro Sanctum Concilium. And after the Council, from 1964 to 1969, he served as secretary of the Concilium, the body charged with implementing the Council document, Sacro Sanctum Concilium. In addition, after that, from 1969 to 1975, he was the secretary for the Congregation for Divine Worship. So this was a man that had enormous influence over the changes made to the Mass and the sacraments. Now, the Council document, Sacro Sanctum Concilium, was both crafted under his guidance and constructed as a masterpiece of sleight of hand, saying things that could be interpreted as consistent with tradition and that could be implemented in radically revolutionary ways. In fact, this was the design to which Father Bugnini attested himself in a statement to the commission preparing the document. It would be most inconvenient for articles of our Constitution to be rejected by the Central Commission or by the Council itself. That is why we must tread carefully and discreetly. Carefully, so that proposals be made in an acceptable manner, or, in my opinion, formulated in such a way that much is said without seeming to say anything. Let many things be said in embryo, and in this way let the door remain open to legitimate and possible post-conciliar deductions and applications. Let nothing be said that suggests excessive novelty and might invalidate all the rest, even what is straightforward and harmless. We must proceed discreetly. Not everything is to be asked or demanded from the Council. The essentials, the fundamental principles are. The document succeeded in this task admirably. Just one example. In paragraph 116 of this document, we see the Church acknowledges Gregorian chant as especially suited to the Roman liturgy. Therefore, other things being equal, it should be given pride of place in liturgical services. Well, yes, Gregorian chant is especially suited to the Roman liturgy,